STEM skills are very important. We, at a UK level, the CBI undertakes surveys every year of employers in terms of their views of education and training, and STEM skills would probably come up as the top priority. The survey would indicate about 72% of employers would recruit STEM skilled students.
The engineering profession can see that we need to actually skill ourselves out of this recession. I mean, post-recession there's going to be a huge demand for graduates with STEM-related subjects, and we need to make sure that the people are there, the graduates are coming through at the right time to tackle those challenges. So we cannot lose sight of the generation that are coming through at the moment, that we must make sure that they realise that these opportunities are going to be there for them in the future.
Sentinus delivers STEM-related projects into schools throughout Northern Ireland. 93% of secondary sector schools, 47% of primary schools in the last academic year. All of the projects that we deliver are STEM-related and target young people aged 7-year-old right through to 21. We provide a range of different STEM experiences, mainly in an industrial context, so all of the projects aim to give youngsters hands-on real activities which are enjoyable and therefore reinforce a very good STEM message.
Sentinus gives a lot of support to teachers, and the network that Sentinus provides in schools is a great help in that it spreads knowledge amongst teachers. When Sentinus comes here to school, they're going to be working with maybe 2 or 3 teachers who will be in there alongside them, so they're learning the skills from these ambassadors who are coming in. As well as that, very often we would have primary school pupils here, and the primary school teachers are coming in, and many of those maybe don't have any particular science or STEM background. Therefore they're learning from these activities and they can bring them back to school so that the ideas are being spread.
Sentinus is really the established provider in this area. They've got greater coordinated range of activities, and anything really that promotes this type of activity, particularly to young people, is very important to us. And Sentinus bring children into the university. Very often the university is seen as a place just where students and staff live, but what Sentinus does is they bring young people to the university for a range of events and activities.
The work Sentinus do is phenomenal. I was studying economics. However, after my involvement with Sentinus and STEM, I changed, and I'm now studying product design engineering at Queen's, and absolutely loving it. It's a fantastic opportunity, and they have totally transformed my career.
The value of an organisation such as Sentinus is that they have the resources and the ability to bring in people from industry who will go in and work with a class through a particular project, may that be a half a day or may it be over several weeks, and actually develop a relationship with children and show them what a real engineer or a scientist gets involved with, and also they can then impart their skills to the children so that they can get more interest in it.
I've been very impressed with the people who come into schools. They obviously pick and train their people very well. They choose very good people for the work they do in schools. Sometimes these are mature adults who have retired from another profession. They may have been engineers or architects or indeed teachers in some cases. Sometimes they're young people who are still at college and university and are learning new skills and are vibrant with their subject. And that brings such an enthusiasm into a school and such a joy of learning. And the children love the Sentinus activities.
I am a STEM ambassador. It gives me a great opportunity to meet young people and encourage them into STEM. It's a wee bit of giving back what I got. STEM and Sentinus benefited me tremendously, and it gives me a great opportunity to share my story and to encourage young people who maybe hadn't thought about STEM as a career into science, technology, engineering and mathematical subjects.
We need somebody to help to get the message across that STEM skills are very relevant to employers, that what they require, and to increase the interest in STEM skills, we need to have somebody that can actually do that and facilitate those connections and partnerships between businesses and the education sector.
Sentinus delivers value for money because we're a small, cost-effective organisation. We take the resource that we're allocated by government and we factor that up by at least a factor of 3 to deliver activity on the ground. We have a big business infrastructure who works with us. We have a very well developed educational structure that works for this. Most of the schools in the province, both at primary and secondary level. And we work with all of the major organisations in the United Kingdom. If you wrap the package together, that can't be bought.
It's difficult to look around Northern Ireland and see where you would get that expertise, that resourcing of both people and materials that comes through Sentinus. I think we would be a lot poorer if we didn't have Sentinus. Indeed, and a lot of fallback onto the teachers. They're teaching 8-9 periods a day. It's difficult to do new things all the time. Sentinus helps them to do new things.
I studied chemistry at Queen's, and I then worked for Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company for over 20 years. And I lived and worked in 4 countries abroad. And I worked with engineers and I worked with chemists, and I know the importance of developing those sort of people for the future so that they will be the leaders in the economy in Northern Ireland in the future. So it's vitally important that we continue to deliver this training in schools and encourage young people to make STEM a future for themselves.